It's not a phase. Oh, hi. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stariana. I usually make art videos, but today what we're going to be talking about is what to do and what not to do when your kid comes out as trans. So first of all, when your kid comes out to you as trans, I want you to understand that it took a lot of courage and time for them to get to this point. No kid is coming out to you as trans on a whim. There is a lot of fear and mental preparation that goes into them coming out. So it's probably something they've been thinking about for months, if not a couple of years. And it's something that they have been like rehearsing in their head. So take that and try to treat it with as much sensitivity as you can. Sometimes the best thing to say is nothing, but not for too long. You don't want to just never say anything. The first thing is, don't say it's a phase. It's not a phase. It's a serious consideration, and they are definitely aware of that. And they have been processing that probably on their own for a good while. And if you stop and think about it, that in of itself is kind of sad. They've been carrying this weight by themselves for so long. You as the parent really need to seize this opportunity and be honored that they are trusting you so much to tell you it all. Next thing is hit the books. Research a ton. There's an overwhelming amount of resources that can really help you, and you don't even have to pay for them. Check your local library and also check and see if your local library has a digital resource. And this will probably be an app that will have ebooks, audiobooks, and maybe even some documentaries on trans history and just being transgender in general that can give you some more understanding. You really do need to be focusing on continuing your understanding and knowledge on what it is to be trans and trans issues. I will be leaving in the description a list of books that I think are helpful, as well as some resources to help.
No! What's the point, Darwin?
Don't. And I mean, please don't tell your trans child that you are mourning who they were. Even if that's what you feel like is what's happening to you, that you're grieving a loss, that something has died. Don't use any of these words to your trans child. The fact of the matter is that you haven't lost anything. You've lost the ideal, perhaps, of what you wanted your kid to be, or what you had built up in your head of who your kid was. Your kid's still right there, and your kid's coming to you telling you that they're trans. You have the most trust from your kid that you've ever had in their whole life, most likely. You have such a great opportunity to really show up for your kid. They're not gone. There's nothing to mourn. They're right there. And they may have challenges ahead of them in figuring out what being trans means to them. What route do they want to take? That is a separate challenge for another day. Right now, your kid is just needing you. Maybe most importantly, I don't know. This might be the most important thing. Use their pronouns. Use them and use whatever name they've chosen. If they haven't chosen a name, just ask them, what are you most comfortable with? Like, what do you want to be called right now? Expect that to change. Choosing a new name is hard. Trans kids may change their name a bit before they find one that sticks. And it's better for them to have the ability to try out these new names in the safety of their own home with their family. Allow them this freedom. Call them whatever they want you to call them. It's important for them to know that they are still loved and they're still safe and they're still part of the family. Take this opportunity and find out what else they would like to tell you. Is there interest that they have that you weren't aware of? Is there any other changes or any other things that they're worried about or that they want to talk to you about? I know for me, one of my first worries when my son came out to me as trans was that I just saw this whole path of pain unfurl in front of my son. I had to stop and take a step back, realize I was building all of that before he even got there. Challenges are inevitably going to come in your kid's life, regardless of if they're trans or not. Being trans is who they are. It's more important that you're there to help them through those challenges. And ultimately, being trans should be celebrated. There's nothing more heartbreaking to me than when somebody comes out and it's met with such disappointment. This is like a huge deal. This is a really cool deal. Like, your kid is coming into who they are. They're like figuring out who they are, and they're comfortable enough to share it with you. That's something to celebrate. That's something to be really happy about and to be really proud of, that you're at a point where your kid can share this with you. Let's try not to ruin it. This is a good opportunity for you to maybe get into therapy yourself, especially if it's with a therapist who is a LGBTQ plus ally. They'll have a little bit more information to kind of share with you and help you reframe your feelings and get a different perspective. You might have a lot of feelings about your kid coming out, and it's perfectly fine to have those feelings. What's really important is that you pay attention to what feelings you're sharing with your kid. And this goes back to having that therapist, having a neutral third party that can help you navigate these feelings without weighing your kid down with these feelings or risking possibly alienating your kid. All right, I hope this video was quick and informative and helpful for you. If you have a kid that just came out as trans, I would love to hear your story in the comments. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, let me know in the comments too. I'd be happy to help as best I can. Again, in the description, there's going to be a lot of resources and links and books to help you out as you navigate this. And I will have another video also for some more extensive tips on what to do when your kid comes out as trans. So be looking out for that. That is it. If you would like more videos like this, please let me know, and definitely subscribe. It helps out a bunch, and give this a like if it was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Your system has been compromised. To rectify, please like this video and subscribe to prevent further system degradation. Click the links in the description.